So are these Democrat-led investigations biased against the president? Here now to weigh in is the president of Judicial Watch, Tom Fitton. Tom, thank you so much for joining us very early this morning, but we certainly appreciate it.
Hey, good morning, Heather. Good to be with you.
So, I mean, what about this? We need yet another Russia investigation. What is going on here?
Well, this would be an extension of the abusive investigations already underway that began with, again, Democrats. The Democratic National Committee, the Hillary Clinton campaign, manufactured this Russia collusion unicorn theory, and Mr. Schiff is taking it up, and he's going to keep on his party's abuse of power to target President Trump. Now, whether he can't issue FISA warrants against Mr. Trump, but he can try to subpoena him and his administration. He's going to start fishing around in his personal finances, which would be outrageous. And it looks to me like Mr. Schiff is going to be a political opposition lead researcher for whatever Democratic candidate decides to take on or is picked to take on President Trump.
Yeah,
really abusive. This is not about the public interest, Heather.
That's what I was going to say, because we knew he said that he was going to do this. He threatened that he was going to do this. But the day after the State of the Union, wherein the president talked about, economic miracles happening and all the good things happening, and said the only thing that can stop it are foolish wars, politics, or ridiculous partisan investigations. And so then we had Adam Schiff the day after announcing this.
That was a charitable description by President Trump of what he's facing. It's a slow-motion coup attempt. They want to overthrow him, and Democrats have this fevered dream of impeachment, and Schiff is setting the groundwork for it.
Let's talk about James Comey saying zero chance that Hillary Clinton will be prosecuted for emails based on facts. Listen to what James Comey had to say, and then I want your response to this.
There is zero chance that on the facts in the Hillary Clinton case that she would be prosecuted. And you are out of your mind if you don't think the FBI wanted to make a case. If we could, the facts were not there, period, full stop.
What do you think about that?
Well, according to recent testimony, his top lawyer thought a case could be made. Mr. Comey is not going to confess that he let Hillary Clinton get away with a crime. He's not going to confess that he ignored her putting top secret information on her server in violation of the rules concerning the handling of classified information. He's not going to admit that he let her destroy evidence or much of her team lie without consequence. He's not going to admit that. And certainly every one of the 4.5 million Americans with security clearances knows she should have been prosecuted. But what's problematic about what Comey said is that what about this Justice Department and this FBI? Do they still condone, or have they ratified Comey's position here? I think it speaks, it's extraordinarily disappointing and outrageous that this Justice Department and this FBI haven't taken up the issue of whether Hillary Clinton should or should have been prosecuted. And frankly, as far as Judicial Watch is concerned, they've been actually opposing us and defending her from further scrutiny in these areas. And thankfully, we're able to get discovery from a federal court judge recently. And these email questions are going to be coming up again, at least in the civil case. But
only thanks to you, though, not
he's
thanks
right in that the FBI hasn't acted.
Let's move on, though, to this as well, because I've mentioned this several times as well. Republican congressional leadership, how responsible are they for the gridlock that we're seeing on the border wall, securing the border? We have, 8 days out. We could have another shutdown. The president possibly going to declare this national emergency just to get funding for portions of this barrier. But what about Republicans, and how responsible are they for this?
Look, if it were up to Republican leadership on the Hill, we would never have a border wall. We wouldn't even have had a major vote on it. Remember, Republicans controlled Congress for 2 years, and a border wall was not a priority for them. The fact is that the $5 billion that President Trump wanted, which is only a portion of what is required for a full border wall, was only put in at his insistence at the last minute as Congress was leaving town last fall. And so, Paul Ryan, specifically in the House, did not have this as one of his priorities. And one of the reasons we're in this fight is because President Trump insisted that Congress handle this issue. And frankly, it's inexcusable that the Republican-controlled Congress didn't give President Trump a border wall, or the voters that put him into office a border wall, which was something that many voters were concerned about, and still are.
Yeah, that's the thing. Voters put him into office. This was one of his key issues, and now roadblocks all along the way, not just the border wall, but a lot of things. Tom Fitton, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Lots to talk with you about today. Great.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.